Hey everyone, Mr. Surge here. I hope you're having a really great day, that you've had a really great week, and that you've had a really good school year, because this is our very last video lesson for the school year. And I am so excited to be able to talk to you today, because I've had a really great time being your librarian this year. I've seen all of you grow a whole bunch. Your reading levels have improved so much, your ability to find new information has grown, and your ability to deal with technology and other new problems has become so much better than it was at the beginning of the year. I've been really proud to see how much everyone's grown, and I'm really excited to get back into the library next year to start working together. A big theme that we focused on this year was emotions. So you'll remember back at the beginning of the year, we talked a lot about different types of emotions, and that's continued all year long. Our last story today is about an emotion that we all deal with sometimes that can be a little difficult, and that is anger. You'll remember we talked about anger earlier in the year when we read The Knight Who Said No. Well, I'd like to expand on that story a little bit, expand on that lesson, and talk a little bit more about anger for our very last lesson. And then we're going to talk about some other stuff at the very end. So here is a book by the author Lemony Snicket called Swarm of Bees. I hope you like it. Swarm of Bees by Lemony Snicket. Pictures by Rhea Alexander. Swarm of bees, swarm of bees. Oh no, you are so angry. What will you do? Swarm of bees, will you sting the sailor? No. He's been on a ship for 9 months and is hurrying to hug his mother. Swarm of bees, will you sting his mother? No. She's about to tell the bricklayer all about her new hairdo. Swarm of bees, will you sting the bricklayer? No. He's starting a new part of the wall. He is feeling very busy and very hungry. Swarm of bees, you are still feeling angry, but you can't sting anyone at the food truck. The chefs are chopping onions as quick as they can, and the customers are deciding what to drink with their lunches. You can't sting the cat. The cat is trying very carefully to hide in the grass. And cat, you can't pounce on the bird. It has a worm in its mouth. Swarm of bees, you can't sting the man in the second-floor apartment watching television. His window is shut anyway, because his neighbors are making so much noise. And you can't sting the neighbors. They are playing card games on the balcony, and the little cousin is about to win. You are still angry, but you can't sting the little cousin. She already hurt herself today when she stubbed her toe, and that's why she's wearing that bandage. Swarm of bees, are you going to sting the boy? He keeps throwing tomatoes. He threw one at the little cousin and stained her bandage. He threw one at the neighbor's window and made a mess. He threw 2 tomatoes at the cat and 3 tomatoes at the bird, who dropped the worm into a tomato on the ground. The boy threw a bunch of tomatoes at the food truck. He shouldn't do that. The boy threw tomatoes at the bricklayer, and he threw tomatoes at his mother's hairdo, and look, swarm of bees. He threw a tomato at the sailor, and the sailor is chasing him. Where did they go, swarm of bees? Where is everybody? In the backyard. Watch out for the laundry. In the alley, watch out for the tow truck. Around the corner, watch out for the beekeeper. Beekeeper? Swarm of bees. Well, now you're in a sack. It is warm and cozy in there. You calm down, and soon you'll be going home. It can feel good to be angry. It can feel better to stop. And now, it's time to clean up all the tomatoes. The end. So in that story, anger is like a swarm of bees, in that it doesn't bother people when they're distracted. So when the man is watching television, when the little cousin is playing cards, when the people are getting their food from the food truck, it's hard for them to be angry because their minds are focused on other things. It's only when bad stuff happens to us, when people throw tomatoes at us, that we really start to get angry. And when we get angry, it can be hard to focus on anything else. You remember when the knight who said no learned how to say no for the first time earlier in the year. He starts using that word a lot, and he starts getting really angry a lot. And that's because anger is an emotion that likes to grow. And what I mean by that is that when we get angry, it can be hard to stop feeling angry. It can be hard to pull ourselves out of that emotion. In this story, when the bees get all riled up, when they finally start stinging people, when that anger starts spreading around, it's kind of contagious. It goes everywhere. Everybody starts getting angry. Angry people make other angry people more angry. And there's something that Lemony Snicket says in that story that I think is really important to think about. And that's when he says, anger can feel good, but it can feel better to let go of anger. So that may seem kind of weird to us. Anger can feel good. What does that mean? Anger is bad. The truth is there are no good or bad emotions. Emotions are just how you feel. And sometimes anger can be a justified emotion. Like let's say someone throws a tomato at a cat. It would probably be a good idea to be upset by that. But we run the risk of sort of being drawn into anger. When we get angry, it sort of consumes all of our thoughts. We can't focus on the food trucks. We can't focus on the TV or the parties or the game of cards. We're just angry. So when that happens, I think it's really important to slow down and to just recognize the fact that we're angry. To know that we're angry and to not let it control us, because anger controls us when we're not able to recognize that it's happening, when it's just all we're thinking about. But if we stop and we say, hey, I'm feeling angry right now, that can be the first step to getting over that anger. In addition to getting over our anger, it's important to let it go. So just like the story says, being angry can feel good. It can feel strong to be angry, but then letting it go feels so much better. And I've seen a lot of really great emotional control this year. I've seen a lot of the stuff that we've talked about in classes, a lot of the anger stuff we talked about, a lot of the sadness, a lot of the happiness. I've seen a lot of that applied all year long. And I think that that's one of the things I'm most proud about for Lower L, is that we are getting really good at dealing with our emotions and talking about our emotions and really opening up about our emotions. And I think that's really important. So I really hope you have an amazing summer. I hope that you're able to do anything that you want to do. I hope that you're able to enjoy the nice weather and get out there. I hope we're all able to do stuff that we want to this summer. For those of you who I'll see next year, I'm really excited to get to talk to you in the fall. For third graders, I'm really excited to have you in Upper L next year. And I'm really excited to introduce you to new library lessons and have more fun exploring the library next year. I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your summer. And I'm so excited to see you soon. Bye.